Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm your boy Numbskull, and welcome back to the party yet again. I would like to begin by apologizing for my recent absence. I've not only been on quite the substance binge as of late, but I've also been working on another collab with my boy, the man himself, someone that's no one. So do go peep him on YouTube and keep an eye out on our channels for that, because it'll be coming soon. Anywho, today I thought I'd present to you all a Storytime video on my experience I had with Zolpidex a few days ago. And by Zolpidex, I of course mean the combination of Zolpidem, or Ambien, and dextromethorphan, or DXM. Even though the experience was only a mere few days ago, that combo seems to have brought me a fair amount of amnesia, so you'll have to bear with me here, as there are some things I'm not going to remember. With that in mind, let's get into it. So a few days ago, I decided I wanted to have an Ambien experience. It's a drug I enjoy quite a lot and actually have a prescription for, so needless to say, it's one I have quite a bit of experience with. Around 4:30 to 5 p.m. that day, I decided it would be the perfect time to dose, as, I normally have my third kratom dose of the day at 5 p.m., which is an underrated as fuck combo, by the way. So I took out two 10mg Ambien tablets and broke off a bit less than half of one, bringing my total dose to around 13 or 14 milligrams. I consumed them and rolled a cigarette before going outside on my screened-in back patio for a smoke. I ended up chilling out there for probably around 20 minutes or so before heading back inside to prepare a glass of 7-Up, which was my chosen non-caffeinated beverage for the night. After doing so, I just went into my room and kind of milled around for a few minutes until 5, then proceeded to dose 6 grams of Red Mangda Earth brand kratom capsules. I then laid on my bed, propped up on some pillows like I usually do for my nighttime dose, and put on an AI Presidents episode on my TV via YouTube on my Xbox. I believe it was an episode of Crucial series I popped on, if I remember correctly. My girlfriend decided to head out for 30 minutes or so to do a DoorDash, as she was one short of a $50 bonus. During the time she was gone, I argued with myself for a bit and then somewhat compulsively dosed 240 milligrams worth of HBR Robo tablets, the blue label bottom. A few minutes or so later, she arrived back home, and when she walked into the door, I told her in a somewhat surprised and unsure tone that I guess I'm doing that Ambien and DXM combo I've been waiting to try tonight. She was somewhat surprised at the impulsivity, but was encouraging either way, of course. About 20 minutes after that, I got a call from my friend Jose, who asked me if I wanted to come down to one of our local $1 pool table locations with him, his girl, and another one of our buddies who I'll call Ben, who would also be bringing a friend of his. This specific pool location happened to be in a small bar inside a local Mexican restaurant, separated from the eating areas by a couple of open doors. I decided, fuck it, I'm down, and my girlfriend was as well. We collectively decided to get there at about 7:30 to 8, or roughly 2 hours before close. I thought this timing perfect, as I needed to settle into my experience before going anywhere, waiting for the ratio of DXM to DXO in my body to become a more comfortable level. Now, when the time came to leave, I was feeling far less jittery and chaotic, and more relaxing and controllable. I had fully settled into the trip at that point and was feeling fire. Apologize, guys, by the way, I'm high right now. Of course. My girlfriend said she'd drive us, as I was clearly incapable of doing so effectively, so I hopped into shotgun and we drove to the restaurant, and by the time we got there, Ben and his friend Justin were already inside. It was about a 10-minute or so drive, by the way. We decided to wait in the car until Jose and his girl arrived, and I used this time to hit my girl's vape and chill for a moment. Just a couple minutes after pulling up, they arrived and pulled in next to us. We had a very short conversation through the windows of our cars, and I found it funny that my boy Jose was also having his girl, Samara, drive as well. I think he was already intoxicated, but although on alcohol rather than the cocktail of drugs I had flowing through my veins. We stumbled inside past a foosball table and greeted Ben and Justin before Jose ordered a couple pitchers of beer and a pool table. There were only 2 open pool tables in the whole room, with a third one covered, as, like I said, it was quite small, and we were the only people there besides a couple of workers, minus Samara's baby, who sat quietly in a baby carrier on the table with her. I found this environment very inviting and very comforting. We prepared the balls on the pool table and grabbed a couple of cues and began our game. We decided to play teams. It would be me and Jose versus Ben and Justin for the first game, with my girl Jada and Samara playing the winning team. During the entirety of the game, I found myself wandering about the room until it was my turn to take a shot, with a walk outside for a cigarette occurring at some point as well. During my smoke, I sat outside on the curb between our car and Jose and Samara's car. At this point, I am feeling it. I felt fantastic, kept zoning out and dissociating very heavily the entire time, and the cigarette was very enjoyable. I will say I smoked it rather fast, however, as I didn't really realize when I was taking a drag. It just kind of happened, and after a minute I realized it was all gone. I wasn't satisfied. So, after I went back inside and took a turn or two, I grabbed my girl's vape and wandered to the bathroom for a quick little sesh in the rear stall. Someone came in while I was in there, and for some reason I was convinced that if they didn't think I was going to the bathroom, they'd narc on me. No one gave a shit, obviously, but that didn't stop me from standing in front of the toilet as if I was pissing for the entirety of my little bathroom escapade. I ended up having a second, more calm sesh a couple more turns later and became bored of walking to the bathroom. I also started tripping even harder and ended up just sneaking hits in the bar room for the rest of the time there anytime I wanted a hit off the vape. We lost the game, so I decided to head outside with my girlfriend for a second cigarette session between our cars before hers began. It was quite nice. We had a great conversation. I was feeling extremely dexed out at this point, but with a certain unique warmth, which was certainly coming from the Ambien emanating from my torso. We didn't finish the cig and put it back out and back into the pack I was using to carry them, which was like a empty pack from, I think, some Pall Malls that I just shoved all these rolled cigarettes in. And just a mere few minutes after we came back in from that, and she began her and Samara's game against Ben and Justin, Jose decided to step outside to hit his vape, and I followed him back out to finish that cigarette and have a brotherly talk. We stood out there for a minute, doing just that, and I broke the news to him about my lungs. You see, I had an echocardiogram my doctor ordered a few days before this experience to check my heart, as I've been having right achy chest pain periodically for months and months and months, perhaps even a year or so. My heart is just fine, apparently, but during the exam the guy doing it asked if I was a smoker and then if I was a heavy smoker, both of which I replied yes to. He then said my lungs kept coming into the picture and I asked if there was an issue. He pointed out some black spot on the screen and said, "You see all this haziness right here? Yeah, I really only see that on someone who's like 60 and have been a heavy smoker their entire life." So yeah, apparently my lungs are doing none too well. I don't remember his response exactly, but I know that he was quite concerned. During the conversation, a large group of people arrived, so we stepped to the side to finish as to not blow smoke at them on their way inside the restaurant. After our convo and my cigarette was out, we went back inside to find that the entire group of people were sitting at the very large, previously empty table in the bar room. Mind you, it was like 30 minutes until close at this point, and we felt pretty bad for the poor employees who were forced to deal with that bullshit. Their game had finished whilst we were out, and it had become somewhat crowded in the room, so we decided that we had overstayed our welcome, and we grabbed our things. We said our goodbyes, agreed to do it again soon, and we were off. The entire ride home, I was completely immersed in the lights of our town. I mean, totally mesmerized. Before I knew it, we were pulling back into the driveway. We stumbled into the house, and I decided to hop on a beta build of my Minecraft backrooms map I've been working on to become one with liminality before hitting the sack. I'm sure you've seen it in the background of some of my videos, at least me building it. Now let me tell you, I was in the backrooms for a good 30 minutes or so there. DXM and video games go together like bread and butter. complete and total immersion. You are in the game. And after I got scared out of my mind by a certain entity named Frank, I decided I was done and ready to go to sleep. I fell into a deep slumber with no issues whatsoever and woke up an hour or so before I usually do with the most pleasant afterglow. I fucking love the afterglow from DXM almost more than the experience itself. It is so unique. I dosed my morning dose of 5 grams of kratom, and the moment it came on roughly an hour later, I smoked some weed. What a reactivation that was. Straight back into the experience. Let me tell you, fucking phenomenal feeling, and when you yawn, just nuts. You gotta try it, it's like a full body orgasm. Now, I spent the rest of that day having doses of kratom and weed, and during my girl's pregnant friend Lena came down from the city, which is a good hour or 2 hours away, to hang out and see her. I was gone all day long, just having the time of my life. Much later that day, come close to time for my 5 o'clock kratom again, I decided to have more Ambien. Let me tell you, it was just fucking fantastic. So dissociated, with the most floaty euphoria in an extremely disconnected and dreamy headspace. We all watched Rack's new Family Feud themed episode of his President series on YouTube while we smoked some more weed. After our session, Lena left, and I went to sleep after riding the last bit of my high out with some 8-Bit Ryan. And that is the story of my recent experience combining DXM, Ambien, kratom, weed, and nicotine. I do hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know it. Pop on post notifications so you don't miss anything new, and comment letting me know if there's something specific you'd like to see next. And if you have a story of your own you'd like to share and have me read on the channel, do send it in. I'd love to hear it, and I'm pretty sure everyone else would too. I take submissions via my Instagram and Facebook, although TikTok DMs will do just fine if you don't have either of those. I'm the same name and PFP across all platforms. Stay frosty, stay curious, and most importantly as always, stay safe out there. And with that, I will of course see all of you in the next one. Peace.